All right, fellas, let me tell you something. Okay, I'm going to tell you this. All right. Sorry I was running a little late tonight, but here's what happened. My daughter isn't feeling great, and guess what? She rubbed Vicks Vapor Rub all over her face.
Oh,
Mm.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
that'll do it.
That'll do it. That'll
Oh
do it. So
boy.
I
Oh
spent 20 minutes
shit.
screaming at her to not open her eyes. Whatever you do, do not open your eyes. Well, I just tried to wipe off her face with like baby wipes and then threw her in the shower and said, fucking rinse off, you know? And that's that, gang. That's what we do. That, hey, dad life. Am I right, guys?
Yes,
Little
you are right.
little rosy cheeked
Woo!
angel.
What's that?
The little rosy cheeked angel.
Oh,
That Vicks
buddy.
vapor all over the face. That'll get you
That's
going in the morning.
I remember, I tell you, there's a story that reminds me of Party Boy Pete McCormick, fan of the show, listen to the show, former co-host of the show, former guest of the show, fan of, love him to death, Party Boy Pete McCormick. He told me a story one time about his dad didn't know that the stool softener, came in the chocolate bar form, right?
What?
Mm.
No
Yeah, and he said
way.
he ate half the bar.
No way.
Yeah, and his
No
dad was like,
way,
"You're not even
dude.
in trouble because that's your own type of punishment."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
Ooh,
shout out because that'll do you, Daddy. But
that's a
either
soupy
way,
evening.
yep. Working Perspectives Podcast presents Guess the News. I'm Matt Lavelle. That's Burn Podcasting. He's Liam Reese. Tonight we're gonna give you the bare bones of some awesome stories. Then you're gonna have to guess. What are these stories? Some maybe the age, maybe the location, maybe some stuff like that. We're going to give you the bare bones. You're going to have to fill in the blanks and find out some information for us on these stories. It's the funnest game show on the internet. Everybody loves it, and we're doing great numbers. Numbies! So here we go. Starting off tonight is your boy, Old Uncle Matty. Guys, I got another quick one for you. Got another quick one for you.
Okay.
Again, I'm asking for an animal.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm asking for the location. And I'm asking for the favorite drink. So I need an
Okay.
animal, I need a location, I need a favorite drink. Unfortunately, not going to give you a ton of information on this one. A liquor store.
Animal, location, favorite drink, right?
Yep. So a liquor store had an break-in early on November 29th, but it wasn't a robber. An unknown animal fell through the ceiling of the liquor store and
Through
set
the
about
ceiling.
trying a wide variety of alcohol. So, liquor store, early, wasn't a robber, an animal fell through the ceiling of the liquor store, set about trying to find a wide variety of, or tasting a wide variety of alcohols. Can you give me the animal, the location, and their drink of choice? Talk
Whoa.
amongst yourselves.
Can we get a clue on the location?
Yeah. They lost in a college in a conference championship.
Okay. Okay. Lost in college
Okay.
championship. So that yesterday that we got Virginia, we got Alabama, we've got Ohio, and just for the big four, we've got Utah.
I don't give a piss about nothing but the tide.
Okay, so Ohio,
Sounds like an
Virginia, Alabama,
Alabama thing to
Utah. This
happen.
could be a Bama thing. So
Yeah.
it's a vermin, right? It's a critter. It fell through the ceiling of. So I'm thinking like possum.
Yeah, I'm
Or
thinking
like,
possum too. That's actually where you know why my mind went to possum? Because they fucking eat anything.
yeah.
They will
And,
eat and drink anything.
and at first I thought maybe raccoon, but possums are heavier. Raccoons are like way more agile. I feel like a possum's heavy and a little
Well,
clumsy.
no, you're right, dude. Raccoons, yeah, but raccoons are like. Do you ever see them when they do stuff? They're like fucking oafish. You know what I mean? Like they fall. They're like not. They're not like
Not
crazy nimble,
graceful.
dude. No.
So we're thinking raccoon or possum.
Yeah.
Okay.
To me, it's like definitely one of those two. It is definitely between possum and raccoon.
It's got to be able to get up on the roof, but it's got to
Yeah.
not be very
Which
talented
both
once it gets up
can.
there, which both can.
You know. Uh, they're
Um,
they're both They're both excellent choices, I think. I'm convinced it is going to be one of the two. I'm almost positive it is.
A coon or a possum. And then, although the location doesn't really help, because I'm pretty sure if you go to Utah, Virginia, Alabama, or
You'll find
Ohio,
both of
you'll
them.
find both
I
of
think you
them.
go
Yeah,
anywhere in the country, you find both of
you'll
them,
find
right?
both of them.
Yeah. Okay.
For some reason, I want to say gin. I don't know if it's because of the juniper berry,
Do you
or would it
think
be
they would
some,
like gin? I
or would it
think
be
they would like
something like
rum because rum's made from like
sugar?
sugar
The
cane. Yeah.
sugar.
Yes.
Okay,
I like
I think
rum.
I like rum. I like where you're at with
Okay.
rum. I think
Rum.
rum is a sweeter drink. They'd be more
That's what
attracted
rum's
to
made from, right? Sugar cane?
sugarcane, molasses. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Right.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Okay.
foo.
Rumpelstiltskin.
So what are we doing? Possum, Bama, rum?
I do
Sounds like
possum
a
bama.
name of a band.
I do possum bama rum.
Possum, Bama, rum. That's good. That
Po-
would be a good band name if you had
It
like
would.
a,
That's
you
I'm just
know.
saying. Yeah, sounds like it. Hey, next up on the bill is old Possum
Oh,
Bama Rum.
doink.
Ew. I went swinging on my guitar with my little fixins.
Oh, no. Here's the name of the band. Alabama Possum Run. That's the name of
Alabama
the
possum
Wow.
rum. Yeah,
yeah.
they're a bluegrass
Wow.
band. They're like a
Yes.
16-piece bluegrass band.
Yes, absolutely.
Wow.
Uh,
And folks, this is Alabama Possum Run. Take it away.
I mean, that just sounds like the next Edward Sharpe and the Magnetic Zeros. If I heard anything about, you know what I
Yeah.
mhm.
mean? What are we doing here? Shout out, finish show,
All
listener
right, Maddie.
show.
So that's our final. We're going with the possum in
Yeah.
Alabama who got cocked on rum.
God, you guys, I love you, and you were close, but you're not there.
Oh.
You're
Is it a
not
coon?
there.
It's a
You're
coon.
close. It was, I mean, when Mama sees coon on the back porch, she sweeps him over the broom. But it is a raccoon. So, a
We knew it
liquor
was one of the
store.
two.
Yep, a liquor store in Ashland, Virginia, in the great
Mm.
state of Virginia, which was the capital
Virginia.
of the Confederacy. People forget about that. Capital of the Confederacy was Richmond, Virginia. 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 So, okay, so a liquor store in Ashland, Virginia. It had a break-in in the early morning of November 29th, but it wasn't a robber. A raccoon fell through the ceiling of the store, then set about trying a wide variety of alcohol, from rum to moonshine, peanut butter whiskey, vodka, but their favorite was, of course, eggnog. The raccoon broke.
Eggnog. It's so
Oh,
obvious, dude. Oh
So
my God.
obvious. Come
seasonal
on, what
right
are we
there
How did we
doing?
too.
What are
miss
we
that?
doing,
Yeah.
guys?
I'm not a
So,
nog guy, so I wasn't even thinking of nog.
Me neither,
yeah.
bro.
So the store manager said it broke several bottles and consumed the spirits. When police and animal control responded, the beast was pretty bloated and passed out face down on the floor of the bathroom.
He made it to the
Was that
bathroom.
was
He
the
knew he
was
had
the
the
raccoon? Did the
The
raccoon make
raccoon
it?
was,
Like, is it
uh,
alive still?
yeah,
Did they say?
the raccoon woke up about an hour and a half later and showed
Wow.
no signs of injury and was released back in the wild. Could you imagine if you're that raccoon going back telling your buddies, like, they're like, dude, Jerry, where were you last night? He's like, fellas, I ran into this
Yeah,
place.
he's like,
Let me
I
tell you.
found the promised land.
The problem, man, I got nogged up, babe.
Yeah,
The
Yeah.
nog snuck up on me.
yeah.
What are your
Fellas,
thoughts? What are, real quick,
fellas, listen.
thoughts on eggnog?
I'm not a nog guy. I was never a
Yeah,
nog guy.
I don't even know. Here's the thing about eggnog. I don't even know how it started. Like, who said, "Yo, what if we could drink our booze, but there was egg
A
in
bunch
it?"
of whipped egg in it.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Hey
Yeah.
guys, you know what it was? It was bodybuilders. Back in the day,
Yeah,
they're early
maybe.
1700s. They're pumping iron. They're like, look, we need some protein with our hooch, guys. What are we doing here? Throw some egg and nog it up. You know what I mean? Trying to get buff here. We got a revolution to win.
If you're animal control too, after that, you're realizing that you're
Oh.
dealing with a raccoon with his first hangover. Don't you have to take him to the dumpster behind a Dunkin' Donuts or something so we can look for a bacon, egg, and cheese? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
get him some greasy hangover food after that.
Yeah. Take him
Poor
to Burger
bastard.
King. Yeah, something like
Dumpster
that.
right
Yeah.
there. You
So
know,
yeah,
toss
Yeah.
him in. Give him a
something to
minute.
soak that up. Yep.
Oh,
Oh
buddy.
boy.
Man,
Wow.
hangover food. Oh,
That was
God.
a good
Remember,
one, man.
there was this place, Burn. Remember when you lived on Martin Street? in Manayunk, there's this
Mhm.
place, Big Daddy's,
Oh
right?
yeah, I remember Big
And
Daddies.
Big Daddy's was just like this shop. The guy there wasn't nice, but he was okay.
But he
But
did call everyone Big Daddy.
he that was his gimmick.
He's one of those
But
guys where
he
his nickname was Big Daddy, but he called everyone else Big Daddy, which is probably how he
he
got the nickname.
oh dude, he had some breakfast sandwiches though that were pretty fucking good.
Yeah,
You know? So I wasn't mad at it.
Big
Liked
Daddy's
it.
a little hidden gem. We had a Halloween party on 20th Street once. We made a bunch of jungle juice, and it was nice outside, so everybody was outside. And the next day, I saw two of the drunkest squirrels in the entire world because they were just out there eating all the fruit. People were just like dumping their
Oh,
fruit on the ground, and just squirrels like trying to climb up trees and falling down. And it
Yo,
was,
God,
don't
20th
don't
Street.
animals in like Africa eat like fermented fruit and like
Mhm.
don't not just like a like isn't it like elephants do it and giraffe like whoever all these animals like eat this fermented fruit in Africa and they get wasted
They
off
get
of it.
cranked on it. Yep.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look that
So
up after this.
nice. Love it. All
Sure.
right, so let's
Okay.
do this. All right, that was story number one. Great shit, boys. You did great. You really did great. But that's a tough one. What are you gonna do?
Hmm.
Yeah.
But all right, what are we gonna do? Who's got story number two? It's on to you, Benoit Payut Cassay.
All right, guys. We're going to be talking about in this story an attorney who received a 2-year suspension for an act of vandalism. I'm going to be looking for the classic ASL of this attorney. And my bonus question is going to be what's in the can? What's in the can? What's in the can? All right. So we have an attorney here. I'll give you a little location clue. This happens in a state of an AFC team that was upset today. AFC
Okay.
team that was upset today.
So it's Indianapolis.
AFC team that was upset today.
Yeah.
This attorney was on their way to court. There was an 8:30 appointment. This is a defense attorney. The defense attorney was defending someone who was being accused of unlawful murder of someone under the age of 13. This is a death penalty case, right?
Oh.
Oof.
On the way to this court hearing, I guess there was another places of victims or an advocacy group that was going to be helping the prosecution. It was a group advocating for the victim of this murder. So this attorney decided to swing by their place and throw a Pringles can that they had filled with something into the parking lot of this victim's advocacy center.
Oh,
Someone who worked there knew the dude. They went and did the hearing. Then afterwards, we're like, hey, this weird thing happened this morning. And Supreme Court judges were like, whoa, 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 whoa. No, 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 no. That's not cool. We got to take this person off the case. And we got to suspend them for 2 years because what they just
Damn.
did is insane.
2 years?
Completely insane.
Oof.
All right.
Mm.
So we're looking for the ASL of the suspended
Classic
attorney.
ASL, age, sex,
Classic
location.
classic ASL. And what was in the can, guys? What was in the Pringles can that got the Supreme Court to question the mental stability of this attorney?
Bern, can I ask a second question about location?
Sure.
Did this location have a college team that also won this weekend?
That's a yes.
All right,
That's
I'll
a-
go fuck
that's a-
myself.
That's a no.
Oh, it's a
Oh.
no. Okay.
Oh, okay. Well,
Okay.
I had to
slap
think-
me
I had to
hard
think- I had
and
to think
call
for a
me
minute.
Sally.
I had to think for a minute. That's a no. It's a
It's
no.
Baltimore then, huh? All right.
I don't know if I would call that an upset, right?
I just
Wasn't
mean that
Baltimore favorite over.
Yeah, they were. You're right. Never mind.
Okay. So location, let's just say Baltimore. The can's filled with shit and piss, Liam. It's shit and piss.
I'd say dog dookie. You know what I mean?
It's
That's what-
always it's either human or animal, but it's always some form of shit and piss. Right?
Mhm.
Can we agree?
Yeah.
It's feces
It's
or
waste.
piss of some kind. Location, let's say Baltimore.
Mhm.
Old Bmore. You know,
Be more. Say
I want.
38 male. Definitely a male doing
You
this,
think?
right?
I mean, I thought male too, because like, well, here's my rationale, Liam, is that a woman throwing a can filled with their shit and piss, I mean, that person's certifiably crazy. Like, let's be honest. But if it's a
Agreed.
man, it's just like, God, come on, dude, you're just
Yeah.
a dumb attorney. You
He's
know what I
having a
mean?
rough go of it.
You
Yeah.
have this guy. He cares too much. But can we ask? Do we know the people they were defending? Were they men or women?
The defendant, I do not know. Let me see.
Because if the
Um,
defendant's a man, right, then it's a woman attorney, and she's in love with this guy, filled some shit and piss, got some Stockholm gimmick. What are we doing? It's Baltimore. It's Baltimore. Baltimore.
the defendant's name is Alexander Wells.
Yep,
So
it's
I
a
think we
woman,
can
Liam.
assume that Alexander Wells is a man.
God, I wish we knew what car she drove. I could tell you in a fucking second. I could tell you in a fucking second. But we don't know the car. But I could tell you in a second if we did have the car. I could tell you. I could tell you before you finish your sentence. That's how good I am
Yeah.
with the cars. So we'll say Baltimore. Liam, do you want to go man?
Baltimore, yeah, I'm gonna go
You
male.
think a man would give this much of a shit? Literally?
I do.
All right. So
Because
we'll go.
if you
I'll
just
stick.
catch people on a
Well,
bad day, I mean, if you're doing this, it's not gonna take much to send that
let's
person
split
over
the
there.
difference. I love, dude.
Okay.
I love 30 to 40. Right?
Yeah,
Is
I
that where
put
we're at?
38. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, 30
Well, let's
30
do
to
we do
40.
we always do 10-year jumps. So you want to do 35 to 45, or you want to do 30 to 40? 35 to 45, 30 to 40. Which one?
I'll do 35 to 45 because it takes you that long just to be an attorney, you
Yeah,
know?
right.
So
Yes.
let's go 35 to 45. I do like 38 as a hard number, you know, but
Mm-hmm.
we'll do 35 to 45. You want to go male and I'll go female?
That works for me.
Do you want to give me Liam? I mean, who was favored today that fucking in the AFC that, cock smoked it up?
I guess Baltimore. I guess you're right. Because we
Because well,
at
well,
first
hold
we
on.
thought Indy, you know?
Was Cleveland favored today?
Oh, they were. Wait.
Because this has got if this has
Wait.
this has Cleveland written all over it. Then that totally changes everything.
That changes everything.
Totally changes everything. The Jets
Hmm.
weren't favored. No way. No way the
No.
Jets were favored. No. So
Jets
it's
don't do a
Cleveland or
lot of being
Baltimore.
favored.
Man, it's Cleveland or Baltimore. Wow.
Hmm.
Uh maybe it's Cleveland. Should we go Cleveland? I mean, well, if it was Cleveland, though, Ohio did win. No, they didn't. They
No, they
lost.
didn't.
They
Yeah.
lost. It's Cleveland.
Cleveland
Oh,
it is, huh? All right.
baby. Well, Tulane. Where's Tulane? Well, they don't fucking count.
You know they're expanding.
Cle.
Who is?
Tulane.
They're expanding.
Yeah, next year they're going to be 4-lane.
Oh, you son of a gun.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
Oh, you fucking dirt dogging son of a bitch, you fucking
Oh, what an
Burn, you're a
absolute
fucking
shit
Matt
joke.
Barr right now with that big old honker on you, pal, huh? You fucking stud, you. God damn, that was a good one. Whoo, wait. Whew. Man, I haven't laughed like that since you tickled me sideways, babe. Wow. Burn, wow.
All
I
right.
needed that. All right, so we're going 38, so 35 to 45. I'm
Hmm.
gonna go female. With
I say
Schmigley.
male.
Shigley's hard on the men.
Hmm.
We're going I'm going Cleveland. I like Cleveland.
Going the land. All right.
Yep. And then
Dog dookie in the
it's
thing.
shit and piss. Either
Yeah.
male, human or animal. It's some form of shit and piss.
Hmm.
There you go, Burn.
All right, fellas. Uh, really close. Really close.
Oh.
The Cleveland Hail Mary absolutely nailed it at the end. It is outside of Cleveland, Ohio.
Yee-hoo!
Um,
Hmm. Hmm.
this
Hmm.
this is a male. It was, in fact, a male. The Pringles can was filled with his own feces. His
His
own
own.
feces.
It is
The only miss,
always shit and piss, Daddy. It's
yeah.
always shit and piss.
It's true.
The only miss here was that the age of this attorney was 72 years old. 72 years
Whoa.
old.
Oh.
Uh, uh, uh,
Whoa.
That's
whoa.
right. That's right.
That's
Jack
Whoa.
not at all what I expected.
Could you
Jack
imagine the shit of a 72-year-old man from
I
Cleveland?
cannot.
Oh,
No.
oh, Bubba.
attorney,
Yoo-hoo!
honorable counsel Jack A. Blakesley engaged in conduct
Honorable.
that adversely reflects on his fitness to practice law. Blakesley claimed he was not targeting anyone with his antics, but had a habit of placing his waste in Pringles cans and randomly throwing them from his car as he traveled down the road. He said he had done this at least 10 other times for goofs, although they did find it convenient that this Pringles can found its way to someone who was arguing with the prosecution on the morning of a pre-trial hearing.
This wasn't the first time
No,
he's
I don't
fucking
know.
shit bombed someone with a Pringles can.
I don't know why
That's
he said he had
nuts.
done it at least 10 other times.
What?
He had been practicing law for over 40 years and
Holy
had
shit.
a completely clean and clear record, had no criminal record, and had never even been sanctioned by a court or called to question for his practices.
Oh my
The
God.
problem is, however, the evidence in this case shows that despite societal standards of cleanliness and decorum, Blakesley failed to control his own bizarre impulses to place feces-filled cans outside for the public for unexpected people to find. His aberrant conduct has adversely reflected on his own fitness to practice law
That's
and brought
wild.
discredit to the profession through significant media attention.
Dude, you know that he had a case with another thing before where he fucking Pringles canned him, and the one guy that was like, I know that fucking attorney. This was 20 years ago. There was his first one. He did it to like someone he was battling with in court, and they're like, I bet it was that fucking attorney. 20 years later, I fucking know it. I knew that attorney shit in a Pringles can and threw it in
Here's
my
the thing.
fucking driveway.
The guy that saw him knew him. They had been in court together a number of times. He knew exactly
Oh
who it
my
was. He
God.
recognized him. He pled guilty.
Sure.
Let's see here. Pled guilty.
Pled guilty to being a fucking stud.
Misdemeanor charges of disorderly conduct and littering. He paid $248 in fines and court costs. And this happened in 2021. And after the 2 years, his legal license was reinstated.
I mean,
238 bucks. Yeah, it's going to be really hard for a lawyer to come up with.
I'll tell you,
give
dude,
me a fucking break, dude.
This guy, at this point, this is like his fix, you know? Like, he gets his fix by shitting in Pringles cans and, you know, dropping it on. That's his thing. He's like, I got a log for him right here. I'll give him a full can. I got a full can for these cunts.
Part of his plea for mercy to the court is that he was a veteran of the Vietnam War and had been treated for post-traumatic stress disorder.
Hey, man. Well, you know, thank you for your service.
And please stop throwing shit-filled Pringles cans at people.
Please, yeah.
Yeah.
Great fucking story, Benoit. Great shit. LeSchmigley, let's kick it to you, Daddy. What do you got for story number 3?
All right, guess the news. This one happened back in June, but I just couldn't pass it up. All right, so I'm going to be looking for a couple A's, just one S, and one L. Okay? But a couple A's. The A's is going to be one for the neighbor and 2 A's for the kids that were involved. Okay?
Oh, shit.
Gotcha.
So, a mother and a neighbor had an ongoing feud already going. You know, you have that, kids play in the neighborhood and you got that one neighbor, that one lady that's just like a bitch. And just no matter what you do, they're going to complain and call. And it just,
I feel bad for my HOA president sometimes. I mean, I'm in a high-income area, so I can't feel too bad.
Oh, yeah. So
when you have an HOA, guys, I'm in a community. It's a community. Sorry, Liam. Go ahead.
Sounds awesome.
Not
So
bad. Great school district too.
the the mom is out with her kids. They are playing with those bubble guns. Okay, you ever see them?
Yeah.
They're like
Oh,
battery
I have
operated,
6
and
of
you
them.
can
Are you
and you
fucking
can
kidding
make it.
me?
Yeah, they're awesome. Kids love them.
Completely
Dude.
harmless, by the way. Completely harmless, by the way.
Completely
Also,
harmless is
like
right.
Bubbles is crack for kids. Like we should have
Yes.
talked
Yeah.
about. I mean, a kid will go dick smacking silly for Bubbles. Sorry,
Hmm.
Liam. Please continue.
All right. So they're out there. They're in the driveway. They're shooting bubble guns, loving their life. Everybody's happy. Okay. But one person is not happy. This neighbor is furious. They hop their fence, get over. They start yelling racial slurs at the mom and kids. And then they do what any rational person would do when confronted with bubble guns,
Bubbles.
and they bear mace the mom and the two kids. Okay?
Oh,
The mom had the whole thing on video. She had additional video from earlier in the day where the neighbor was calling them slurs and whatnot. The cops show up, and mom shows them the video and everything. And then they get to the neighbor. Neighbor tells them, like, hey, I thought they had a real gun, so I had to defend myself. They came
come
up to my
on.
fence, and I thought it was a real gun, so they maced them. And, you know, obviously it was a bubble gun, not a real gun. And the cops arrest the neighbor for battery. And this is not the first time the neighbor was involved with something like this. In 2019, they were reportedly harassing another neighbor and was charged with assault and stalking. So, how
Oh
old
my
was the
god.
person? How old was the
The
neighbor
neighbor.
firing the
Okay.
bear mace? And how old were the two kids that freaking
Dude.
got bear maced? This story's going to
Oh,
piss you off, because if it was you, you'd be like, that neighbor is not
I would
making it.
fucking kill that. If
And
anyone
wait, wait.
came near my
What else?
kids, I
What
Imagine
else
would
do we
that,
need?
dude.
fucking kill
Location.
them.
We
Yeah,
also need
location I'll take. Yeah.
We also so we need the age of the neighbor, the age of the kids, and the location.
This is
ASL. Yeah.
in
Age,
America.
sex, location. Yes, this
You
is in
got a hint
America.
on location.
Sex of
Hint
who?
on
The neighbor.
location. It's in a state where it's in a state that won today. So, and then their NFL team did win today.
Okay, so Florida.
Okay. All right.
We'll take the Jags on that. I mean, that's all
Well,
I
the
needed to
Jags
hear.
and the Dolphins,
And the Dolphins won. Yeah. So
but Tampa lost.
Whoa.
um, this is listen. I was leaning Florida here anyway, so that little bit of
Yeah,
proof.
I mean, it's got Liam and I'll tell you this though. We do when we were talking about Indiana earlier, we do a good amount in Indiana too. But Florida, it's like light years above everybody else. It's
Liam, are
Florida.
we looking for the sex of the neighbor?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
the person that bear maced.
So this person
I mean,
had previously gotten arrested for battery and stalking. Stalking is a very male crime. You
is it
know,
though?
I think
mean,
so. I think it's
Women can be
overwhelming.
stalkerish too.
Listen,
They
it's
just don't call it
2025.
stalking; they call it pursuing.
Anyone can be anyone, but
Right.
I feel like if you looked up
Everybody's
the
everybody.
stats,
I get it.
if you
Yeah.
looked up
All
the
right.
stats, I think
No,
just
it's
percentage wise, it's
yeah.
definitely
You're
true.
not wrong, Liam. Could you look up the stats? What percentage of stalkers are male to female? I'd love to hear it.
Yeah, I can look that up.
Thank you, sir. So also, I mean, I'll tell you this. I have several bubble guns. I have a unicorn one. I have a fish one. I have, I think, a second unicorn one. And then I have a baby shark one that plays baby shark. So, like,
Oh boy.
potentially the gun that they could have been threatened with is fucking playing baby shark, while it's threatening. So this person is a whack-a-madoodle.
Bro,
What I
87% of stalkers are male.
Wow, big stat coming in. Big
um
stat burning.
But you know, Maddie, what you just said, there is no, I've seen all sorts of makes and models of bubble gun, and none
Oh.
of them have ever even remotely resembled an
Yeah, they
actual
do
weapon.
not.
Even.
They do not look
They don't
anything
even make
like
them in
a
black
weapon.
colors. You know.
No.
Yeah, they're usually
no.
like rainbow, and it looks like
Yeah.
like a ball.
Yeah.
It looks like a space like laser gun that you would see in something weird.
Can we guess? I mean, also, I mean, God,
They probably don't have it. They probably don't have
if
what
this is in Florida, right? Like, what it's, I'm assuming it's a Karen, it's a white, you know, and they could be. I mean, the
well, I
bubble
think we know
gun.
it's a white based on the racial slurs.
I mean, well.
Again, anyone can, but I don't think we
Do we
need to
need
look
some
up the stats.
stats on
I
that?
don't think we need
Do
to look
we
up the
get a
stats on that.
stat? How
I
many
don't.
people fucking racial slurs? I wonder what the stats are on that. Bernie Big stats over
Yeah,
here.
we only have 250 years of evidence there to come
Yeah,
through.
right.
It's
Um,
Florida. It's a. I think it's a woman. I think it's a woman.
so you're
I
going
think the
against the
one.
stat.
I think the neighbor. Yeah. I think it's a woman.
Okay.
Because if it was a dude that had done this previously, they would be in fucking jail,
I don't
right?
hate that. I don't hate zagging on that. I'm gonna go with you, Maddie. Let's go with the woman. Let's go with the
Also,
woman.
like a
Because
man
stalking
with
could also be like looking through somebody's windows. Like it just should be a nosy, like a nosy Nancy.
yeah.
You
Oh,
know,
dude,
a real
I
nosy
mean,
Nancy.
I love my neighbors, but
If they
some
did
of
this, you'd
them
murder them with your bare hands.
I would fucking
Like,
kill every fucking person that ever. If anyone fucking
Dude,
bear
bear
mace my
mace.
kids,
Imagine bear
I don't care
mace
if it's
on
an
your.
80-year-old fucking lady. I'm beating her the fuck to death. You
yeah,
fucking bear maced my kid.
Yeah,
Even though
you
my kid,
bear maced
she
my kid
my kid Vicks vapor rubbed her face, so maybe she
for
fucking.
what?
she bare maced herself tonight. Actually,
Yeah.
which is a strangely apropos story for tonight.
Yeah,
Maddie,
how about it?
when
Funny
your
how that
daughter
worked out.
bare maced herself earlier tonight. So we got two kids, right? The range
hmm
here is between like 4 and 8. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like,
bubble guns lose their appeal at like
but like a
7.
like a 5-year-old and a 7-year-old playing with bubble
Yeah,
guns,
I
like
could see.
that
If
makes
you
sense to me.
fucking bear mace a 5-year-old though, you
Right?
have to be a woman. It has to be a woman. Cause I mean, God, I'd hope a fucking man wouldn't bear mace a 5-year-old. Golly.
Let's go. We
You
want to
don't
go
know
five
what
and
people are
seven.
capable of,
Let's
dude. You know?
Let's do 5 and
five
7.
5 and 7, and then we need the age of the neighbor.
Well, the mom is probably, let's say, 35 to
I,
45,
I was going
right?
to say 25 to 35.
Sorry, the
Okay.
mom I do not have a age on. I only have the age of the neighbor
You got a
and the
picture of
And
a
the
children.
mom?
children.
How's the mom
No,
looking? She
no,
looking
because
alright?
they're not mentioned because they're victims.
But
You
Okay.
the
know?
kid's age you got? You
They
got the
did
kid's
give the
ages?
kids age, yeah, because it's relevant to the story. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Damn. All right, then let's go older. Let's go 60s. 60 to 70.
55 to 65. Can we do 55 to 65?
I'll give you, hey man, I'll zag with you 55 to 65
Let's
for
go
the
55 to
neighbor.
60. Let's go 55
And
to
I'm going
65.
female because God,
I'm with you. I'm
I
with you.
fucking pray that a man would not fucking do that. Golly. Fucking 5 and 7-year-old kids. Oh, dude, that should be like assault on a minor. Like you should really get the book thrown at you for that. Because these kids, that could fuck them up. Like that could really mess
Yeah.
them up.
You could
Yeah.
Fucking
probably, if
A.
they're a certain age, you could probably
You
kill
can
them with bear
blind.
mace.
You can
Yeah.
certainly blind them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
yes,
buddy.
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
if the
Those lungs
the
aren't all the way
mom,
developed yet.
And I
Yeah.
I
imagine
mean,
it will probably do some type of psychological damage
I would
to
oh,
children as
agree.
well.
yeah.
I would
Because
agree.
they'll be terrified. They will
I
not
mean,
understand what's
you know,
happening to them.
they'll be
And
the first kids to hate bubbles.
Can you imagine that? You've
yeah,
made these kids afraid of bubbles.
Oh,
One of the easiest,
oh,
like most joyful, easy toys in the world. When your kids are like, I'm gonna go outside with my friends and play with bubbles, you're like, God, that's so much better than hitting each other with sticks. Like,
yeah,
go for it. Love it.
Mhm.
Couldn't agree
yeah,
more.
yeah.
Now these poor kids are afraid of bubbles. They can't take
Dude,
baths anymore.
I mean,
I mean,
that's it. Dude, you could
hair
have
washing's
damaged
out.
them, physically, but to install a fear of bubbles in a child, you're a real fucking sicko. You're a
Yeah.
real
Monster.
fucking
you're a real
sicko.
piece of shit in this one anyway, no matter
Yeah.
what. There's no way to
Whoever
spin this
bitch
one.
is. So we're going
So we're going
Florida.
Florida.
We're going female.
55 to
5 to 7
65
for the kids,
Yep.
and 55 to 65 for the biddy.
for the neighbor. Yeah.
Oh man, if it's a dude, he needs to be fucking. Oh my god. Go ahead,
All
Liam.
right. I will say you guys were very close. There seems to be a problem with bear mace in Florida. It is too readily available. Like
Yeah.
people are always using it.
Yes.
But last time we did a bear mace story,
Was it? Remember
was
the
in
chicken
Florida.
story?
Yeah.
The
Yes.
chicken story.
Where are they
Not a
getting
lot
all
of
this
bears.
bear mace from?
There's not a lot of
and
bears
there's
in
no
Florida.
bears in Florida. There might not be none, but
But
We
it's
had a
not
comment that said there was black bears, but
okay.
come on. Maybe in northern Florida,
But
you know.
and Matt, you're right. The reason that it's fairly obvious this isn't a male, I feel like most men know if they do something like this, they're probably going to get beat within an inch of their life.
Yes.
You know, because
Yeah.
any males in these kids' lives are probably going to come after you.
Or
Oh,
even
know?
the cops.
God.
Even the
Yeah,
cops.
or even the cops will
Yeah.
probably tune you up.
They'll
Yes,
be like,
exactly.
you fucking did this to kids. Yeah. And
Yeah.
they'll be just, oh, yeah, big time. Big time.
So, 81-year-old Ada
Oh.
Anderson, Marion County, Florida,
Oh.
maced a mother and 2 children, ages 3 and 6.
Oh, my God. That's
3
even
and
worse
6.
than we thought.
I think the mom should have whacked this lady, dude.
Oh, baby. I mean, the mom must have been incapacitated with
yeah,
the mace.
yeah, she was probably
From the bear mace.
Dude, I bet the
Yeah.
mom probably, if anything, the mom, if she's like any other mom, she probably like huddled over the kids
Yeah,
too.
probably,
You know, I
But
could
it's bear
totally
mace.
see
Right.
that.
They're all suffering at that point.
Yeah, but at least like she tried to block them or carry them away.
What do
but
you
still.
do after you bear mace a 3-year-old? Then you just go back into your house and you expect there to be no repercussions?
Yeah, you turn on Matlock, right?
And
Like,
You know?
what was the problem to begin with? They were on their property.
Bubbles.
Yeah.
Like,
Bubbles.
was she concerned with the bubbles floating to her property and doing what?
And what, getting on her
Accidentally
car
washing
and
your
cleaning
shitty
them?
jack.
Isn't it like
It's soap.
soap?
It's
Yeah,
soap.
Yeah,
soapy
it's soap and
bubbles.
water is all it is. It's soap and fucking water.
Unreal,
Man,
dude.
this has got me kind of fucking heated under the collar, boys. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
I'm
I was pretty
getting Donnie
annoyed.
on this bitch.
What was her name, Liam? What was her name again?
Ada Anderson, and yes, her name should be out there. This stupid
Ada
bitch.
Anderson of what?
Yeah.
Memphis County? What is it?
Marion County, Florida.
That's
Anybody
like-
wearing
81. Dude, sit in your house and enjoy what little time you have left.
What an
You
Yeah.
goddamn psycho.
have
Kinda-
a piece
it's
of
kinda
pie
by
and watch some
Gainesville.
TV?
right? Is there a Gainesville in Florida or Georgia?
Yeah,
Both.
Gainesville,
Probably
Florida.
both.
Yeah. There may be both.
Isn't
Now, we're not
University of Georgia in Gainesville?
We're not advocating for anyone. University of Florida is in Gainesville.
Oh, that's what
We're
it
not
is.
advocating for anyone to hunt down 81-year-old Ada Anderson and egg her house.
But I wouldn't fuck.
Mhm.
I'll pay
In
for the
Marion
eggs.
County, but maybe you should bubble it.
Or
Just
maybe
bubble
she
it.
needs to get bear maced. Just saying.
Yeah, fucking.
Yeah.
That's what should be the punishment. She should.
Yeah.
The mom should be able to bear mace her. See how
Yeah.
she fucking likes it, or the
A
kids.
3-year-old, dude. A
Eye
3-year-old.
for an eye, daddy.
Oh.
Are you kidding me? A
A
3-year-old.
3-year-old, dude.
They don't
Think
even
of what
know.
your kids were like when they were 3.
My daughter's
3-year-old.
God.
Oh, your daughter's
My-
3 right now.
She'll be, she'll,
yeah.
she'll be four, she'll be
Oh.
four. She'll be 4 next month. But like,
Yeah.
Still, unreal, unbelievable.
oh,
Yeah, this bitch is like an hour away from Orlando. She's
How
right in-
insane do you have to be? Think about it. There's never been a time in your life ever where you've been like this fucking 3-year-old. Like
Yeah.
every 3-year-old,
right.
Yeah, yeah.
they're like impossible
Oh.
to get mad at that age. I feel like.
They don't know anything.
Yeah,
Also, they're
exactly.
free.
Anything.
Like to truly get mad at. No, don't get me wrong. Like I know.
No,
kids
there's
crying
frustration
in a
sometimes where-
restaurant or whatever. Yeah,
Yeah,
that
yeah,
can be
yeah.
annoying. But you've never looked at a 3-year-old and been like, "That's it. It's time to fucking grab the bear mace."
You know what this little bitch needs? Bear
Yeah.
mace. That'll set her straight.
Oh man.
When she almost count, when she count to 20, but
These
forget
kids are
15 and
probably
16
scarred,
again.
dude. They probably are. There probably is like emotional damage done there.
Easily.
Horrible
Ada-
person.
Ada is absolutely. I mean, she sounds German. Ada Anderson sounds German to me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's
Um,
definitely a white.
and
But
this is
we
in
knew that
Florida.
from the stat.
This is in
Yeah.
Florida. So these people are brown. These little kids
Yeah,
are
yeah.
probably brown little kids.
She could be,
Yeah.
something.
So not only
Yeah.
the racial slurs
Or maybe
to a
they weren't.
3-year-old.
Maybe they weren't because we are not
Maybe they were
dealing with
Jewish. There is a
That's
lot
true.
of
we are not
weirdness.
dealing with a sane person. They could
Yeah,
have been
we're in
anything.
Florida. We're in
Yeah.
Florida. So all
Yeah.
you throw
Could be
it, you
any
throw
of
out all
them.
the
Could be
rules.
anybody, you know?
My
That's brutal.
God.
I mean, if she's German and these kids are Jewish and she fucking maces them, I mean, what are we doing here?
That's
You
on
know?
another level. Now
You got
that
the
adds
Jewish
like a whole
population.
nother layer to it.
Yeah,
the
how
Jewish
about it?
population in Florida skews a little older.
Ugh.
You know,
Still, that's
Mhm.
wild, man. That's a 3-year-old. I mean, we're
Yeah, I
we're
know.
getting- and we're like cutting off the 6-year-old too. Like, I mean, a 3 and
Yeah.
a 6-year-old and a mom. They're playing fucking bubbles,
bubbles.
buddy.
The least offensive thing, the least damaging thing, the least property damaging thing. It's not loud.
Yeah.
It's not annoying. It's not going to mess up your fence or mess with your
Nope.
house.
Like
wiffle ball.
maybe the smallest amount of residue. It rains one time for a
Oh, and it
second
cleans it.
and it's gone. Yeah.
Yeah. If you did get a bubble on your car, guess what? That spot's going to be clean where it hit when the water hits it. Like it's
It's
fucking
definitely not going to do anything. That's for
No,
sure.
they don't do anything. They're fucking. I mean, this lady, she's got something coming to her because that's fucking brutal.
Yeah,
but
she does.
either way, great shit, fellas. Really nailed it. Speaking of really nailing it, this has been another episode of the Working Perspectives Podcast presents Guess the News. I'm Matt Lavelle. He's Burn Boxy. That's Liam Reese. In case you're wondering, you can find all our stuff and all our content on all podcast platforms and YouTube at Working Perspectives Podcast. Follow us on Instagram at Working Perspectives Podcast. Join us on Twitter and TikTok at Working P Pod. And if you'd like to be a guest on the show, please email us at workingperspectives@gmail.com. And please like and subscribe. We'll keep bringing you this incredible content. Thanks so much for listening, and we'll catch you on the flip side. And also, fuck you, Ada Anderson. Thanks.
Yep.
See ya.